welcome back to the Rebel Investments YouTube channel, and this will be the third time that I've done this video. The encoder deal in OBS is a little finicky because I'm using the one of the AMD cards that I have, and I've been using the GTX. So last video somehow started doing the recording, and then I was explaining what I got over here, and I wasn't paying attention, and it overloaded and corrupted the thing. And the first time I didn't have the encoder switched over from using the GTX to using the AMD, so maybe this time I'll get it. Hey, that's a good thing about doing videos. You can record one. If it ain't right, you can delete it and record another one. But anyway, so as I said in my last two videos that you never seen, this is a update on my mining rig that I'm building, and I've got the parts that I'm gonna start with, because I was on a budget, so I had to spend the money wisely and get the most I could get for what I was getting. But anyway, so this frame right here, this is a piece of acrylic, but it's an old piece PC case that I took the side of the PC case off that held the motherboard, and my motherboard mounted to it right there, so that's what you see. And I also used a switch. You can see right here that bright light. You see the green light is the power light for the thing. So I have an on and off switch and a reset button and all that. But anyway, let's see what kind of parts I got here. So the motherboard, it is a Asus H110ME.2. It has one PCIe slot, two PCI slots, and an M.2 slot. And the CPU that I'm using is the Intel Celeron. It's a G3900. The power supply that I've got is a Rosewell Hive 750 bronze. It's a fully modular power supply. I'm using a laptop hard drive, and I 3D printed a case to mount it to, so because all this stuff's gonna be mounted to this board. That way, if I need to move it, I don't gotta take stuff off. I can unplug the power from it, and I can pick it up, and everything will stay on it. But anyway, and that's if my audio sounds blocky, then the reason is because that noise you hear is my 3D printer in the background. I'm printing a mount for this to mount it. So I got 4 gigabytes of G.Skill Aegis 2133 megahertz DDR4 RAM. And then these risers here are off of Amazon, I believe, and they are the version 006C. Not sure that I'm gonna keep these because I don't really like the power. It's got the 6-pin here, but it goes to a It goes to a SATA to power it. I'm thinking about either getting a breakout board, or probably not even that, probably just getting some 6-pin cables from, I could probably just go 6-pin, because I have cables of this modular thing that goes 6-pin to 6-pin. If they're long enough and they work, I don't know, but we'll get to that when we get there. Right now, what I've got mounted in here is one of the graphics cards. The other one's in this case, so that's why it's not on here. And plus, I'm getting this set up. I want to get everything set up with only one card to get everything working, then I'll add that other card. I downloaded the blockchain drivers, the AMD blockchain drivers. I downloaded them. Then I pixel patched it with the pixel patcher. All that's working. This is an MSI RX580 8GB, has Micron memory, and the other RX580 I got is the MSI Gaming X 8GB with Samsung memory. I bought both of them used, and they both work perfect. They all, they came packaged. They look new when they came here. But anyway, I'm gonna probably do a separate video on just those two graphic cards and tell about where I got them and how much I paid and all that. So with what I have here, also, if you look up here, if I can get the camera right, that is a Acer. I bought it from the Acer refurbished store. It's a 21.5-inch monitor, and it was $49. Now, I like Acer stuff. Probably the same reason why I like AMD, because back in the day they were the underdogs, and I've been building computers since 2008, and I've always used AMD stuff. I mean, this is probably the first for a new PC. This is probably the first Intel processor I've ever bought. My computer that I use, that I'm recording this on, the one I use all the time, has got an AMD X4 860K, a quad 4 processor that's clocked to 4.2 gigahertz. And that's one reason why I haven't taken the 580 back out of that, because now it's a full AMD rig. It's got an AMD processor, got AMD graphics card, and I love that 580. It works great. For the last 2 years, I've been using the GTX 750, so that's a big difference. But anyway, 750, you perform as a beast. It done a lot of stuff it probably wasn't supposed to be doing, but it was the Twin Frozer 750 Ti SSC super overclock, whatever. But anyway, so what I done was, the display on this, I'm using the built-in display off of the CPU, the Intel display, and I downloaded all the drivers for this, for everything. I had to do a BIOS update on the motherboard. My graphics card here has no BIOS modding or no overclocking or anything like that done to it yet. So, but I've read on things where people had a problem getting their card to mine when they were using the internal graphics. They had to disable that in the BIOS and enable it only for the PCIe slot. But I've got everything loaded, and my device manager recognizes both graphics, and the MSI Afterburner recognizes both graphics. So tomorrow probably I'm gonna try to download something simple, like either NiceHash or Awesome Miner, and see if I can mine using the internal display for my monitor, and then just using the graphics card to mine with. And once I get one graphics card going, then I'll add the second one and see if it'll start going. And once I get all that working and mining, then I'll look into doing some BIOS mods or overclocking, stuff like that. So one step at a time. Don't do too much at once, because if you do too much and something don't work, you don't know what you done, and you're back to start from square one. I like doing things in stages. I learned a long time ago. I was a car mechanic for 26 years. So I learned, do one thing at a time. That way, if something's don't work, it's just the last thing you did. But anyway, I think that's about all for this video. I just wanted to give y'all a quick update, showing what I got going on here and how I'm headed for this. Any suggestions, comments, just leave them down below. Yeah, and until the next time, this is the Crypto Warrior, and I'm out of here.